Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. Hey, I'm Scott, and today we're in Las Vegas, and we're at the Coyote Springs Golf Course, northeast of Las Vegas. And we're going to rate the golf course and answer the question, is Coyote Springs worth the hour drive northeast from the Strip? So stay tuned. All right, those of you new to our channel, we rate each golf course and resort based on 5 categories. First category being the layout and the playability for all levels of players, both the low handicap player and the high handicap player. Category number 2 is the aesthetics, or the wow factor or beauty of the golf course and the resort. Category 3 are the course conditions. What kind of condition was the golf course in? The tee boxes, the fairways, the greens, the carts, the whole resort itself. What kind of shape was it in? The fourth category are the amenities. What all does the golf course, and if it's a stay and play resort, what kind of amenities does the resort offer besides just golf? What is there out there for everybody, not just the golfer? And then category 5, probably the most important to couples like Cheryl and I, is the value or the bang for your buck. What all are you getting for the cost of your green fees, and is it worth the price that you paid for the quality of golf that you're getting? So stay tuned. All right, for category 1, layout or playability for all levels of players. We're going to give the layout at Coyote Springs 5 stars. The playability for all levels of players, we're going to give that 3 stars. Coyote Springs is an 18-hole Jack Nicklaus design, about an hour and 10 minutes northeast of Las Vegas. It's a terrific example of desert golf and a Jack Nicklaus design with amazing views of desert and surrounding mountains. You're surrounded by these huge mountains, kind of in a canyon. And I'm a big fan of Nicklaus golf courses, as he makes you play the hole backwards and really think your way around the golf course. Typical of a Nicklaus golf course, there's a lot of risk-reward holes on the golf course and lots of dog legs with mounding and tilted greens and a lot of water that comes into play despite being on the desert. As you can see on the scorecard behind us, Coyote Springs runs from about 5,200 yards from the front to all the way back to 7,400 yards from the tips, with 5 full sets of tees. It plays a little longer for a higher handicap player, especially women. They really need another set of tees, playing at about 4,500 yards or so because of the difficulty of the golf course, and to make it much more enjoyable for the high handicap player. Okay, category 2, aesthetics or the wow factor. We're going to give Coyote Springs 5 stars for aesthetics. We both really love playing Coyote Springs Golf Course. It was a terrific layout. It was in wonderful condition. The views were exceptional of the desert and the mountains surrounding it. I thought it was a great example of both desert golf and Jack Nicklaus design. Let's talk a little bit about some of the holes that Cheryl and I really enjoyed, starting with number 2, which was a longish uphill par 5. The green was guarded on the right by a pond, as you can see back here. Lay up left of the crossing bunker, about 70 yards short of the green. You'll have an easy flip wedge in for a third, so it makes the hole a lot easier. Number 3 is a longish par 3 that has water down the left and a huge bunker down there on the left. Thought that was a really cool hole. Then you come to number 4. It was a long dog leg right par 4, protected on the right by bunkers and a tee shot that you have to hit over the lake, which was really pretty. Number 5, classic Nicklaus split fairway par 5. If you want to reach it in 2, you want to hit it right off the tee, but a layup left has a lot less risk, but it makes it a lot longer shot into the green for your third. So you have lots of options off that tee. Makes you think. Number 8, a long par 3 that has water right, 2 bunkers left of the green. So if you bail out left, you got some really steep slanted bunkers, and then you're hitting a bunker shot back toward the water. Terrific par 3. You got awesome views of the desert in the distance. It's a long, skinny green, so club selection is important. It calls for a fade off the tee like Nicklaus like to hit. So the way the green's angled in there, so it's just a great par 3. Number 10 is a short par 3 from the men's tees with a big landing area, but if you favor the left side of it, you'll have a better angle into the green, which is protected right by deep bunkers. Number 15, probably my favorite hole in the golf course. It was a really short par 4, but you got to be really selective off the tee of what you hit. It's a very high risk, high reward hole. The green's protected left by a pond, and you've got amazing views of the golf course and the desert and the mountains in the distance. In fact, the last 4 finishing holes I thought were terrific. 16, you got a medium length par 5 with a green guarded by a pond on the left side. Smart plays to lay up short of the fairway bunkers on the right side to leave you an easy third shot, which again, you're going to have just a little flip wedge in. So it's a much smarter way to play the hole, but longer hitters you can reach it in 2. And 17, short par 3, you got a pond on the left, and it requires you to hit a draw off the tee if you want to get it close, depending on where they put the pin that particular day. And then there's a huge ridge that runs, bisects the green. So again, club selection off the tee is going to be really important here, because you don't want to be on the wrong side of that ridge running through the green, because you're looking at a 3-putt then. And then 18, probably the best view on the golf course. It's a short downhill par 4. You got desert all down the left, and then you got a pond down the right side off the tee and on your approach side into the green. So you've got to get the tee shot in the fairway. Then you got a long, narrow green again with that water on the side. It's just a great way to finish your round as you've wound through the desert and through the canyon and all those mountains there. Category 3, course conditions. We're going to give Coyote Springs fully 5 stars for course conditions. We played Coyote Springs in late October, and the course was in terrific shape. Tee boxes, fairways, and greens, as you can see in our pictures and our videos, were in tip-top shape. They do all their maintenance, kind of like most of the courses, I guess, in the valley here in Las Vegas. They do their maintenance in September. So by the time we got there in late October, everything was in immaculate shape. So we couldn't be more pleased with the course conditions. And this is what you'd expect from a Jack Nicklaus golf course and a 5-star type golf experience. So course conditions, 5 stars when we were there in late October. Category 4, amenities. We're going to give Coyote Springs just 2 stars. When we were there, the pro shop was very small and not what you would expect from a Jack Nicklaus golf course, a typical resort course. And they just had a small grill. Now, that's when we were there. It may be different now. I have no idea. They were developing the area and they were building neighborhoods out in that area. So it may be different now. But when we were there, there just wasn't much. It was kind of disappointing when you drove up as far as the clubhouse goes and the rest, no real restaurant there, just a little grill area. They did have a nice practice area, but if you're going there for anything other than really good golf, that's all there is. So for amenities, 2 stars. And then value, category 5, we'll give Coyote Springs 4 stars. In October when we were there, compared to the other courses in Las Vegas and the quality of the golf course, it was a lot less to play Coyote Springs than it was for some of the other courses. Even like Paiute, it was much less than it was to courses closer to the Strip. So, getting ahead of ourselves here, but the question was it worth the drive out there? Definitely, the quality of the golf was worth the hour drive out there. So you're trading the hour drive for the deal that you get, the value that you get for your bang for your buck. So for value, we would definitely give Coyote Springs 4 stars. Definitely worth the drive out to the desert. All right, a recap of Coyote Springs Golf Course, a Jack Nicklaus design, about an hour northeast of the Strip. Before I give my overall rating of Coyote Springs, let's see what Cheryl, what did you think about the Jack Nicklaus design, Coyote Springs?
Well, I enjoyed it. It was a great course, in wonderful condition. There's a lot of building still going on around it, a lot of houses. So the one thing I will say is if you are wanting something with like really fancy amenities, it's not quite there yet. I don't know if it's in the process, but the pro shop or whatever was very small. It was like literally very small. Just it almost looked like it was a portable building or something, right? Yeah.
At the time, they may have something.
Yeah. It may be different now. So I guess to say when you first pull up, you might be fooled in thinking that it's not going to be as great as it was because it had a great practice facility.
Yeah, really big practice
Beautiful
facility.
scenery. So, it's really nice. But don't be fooled. Like when you first pull up, you might be a little like, I don't know about this. It's not, it doesn't have the restaurants and all of that. Like it does have a grill, but not as much as some of the others.
Yeah, plus it's a good hour drive out there, and
Yeah.
you think, well, where am I going? Because you're driving through box canyons
Yeah.
on both sides, and it's beautiful drive, but you think, oh my goodness, we're going way out in the middle of nowhere. So, and it was, but I know they're building housing additions out there, and they're trying to get people move out there and make it kind of like Mesquite over on the Utah border. So it was a good bit of drive out there. So if you're wanting to spend all your time at the casinos and the pool and you want to play something close, this may not be your place. But for the price and a Jack Nicklaus course, and it was in immaculate shape. What'd you think of the course?
Yeah, I thought the course was beautiful. To me, compared to the other one we played in Vegas, a little bit easier for me, I think. Still very difficult. Don't get me wrong, challenging, but some of the par threes I thought a little bit more doable for me.
Well, all of them were it was a little easier golf course than both of them at Paiute. I mean, that's the difference between Jack Nicklaus and, I mean, his courses are tough too, but Pete Dye can really make you pay if you're not on top of your game. And I thought this was more woman friendly, I thought.
So. And a lot of beautiful, desert scenery on every hole. I mean, like I said, you're far enough out, you've got a lot of scenery, you're not crowded by like I said, a lot of homes or a lot of buildings. So, but you are pretty far out there.
You are. It's worth the drive. So, recap, overall score, I would give Coyote Springs 4 stars, just simply because they didn't have the amenities that you would expect. But again, the price was much cheaper than what we played at Paiute or some of the others you can pay in Las Vegas, and the quality of the golf was excellent. So what did you think?
I agree. I would give it 4 stars as well. Like he said, if you're going and you just want to play a little golf with your gambling and you're not really looking for like an amazing course, you may want to stay closer, but this is worth the drive if you want to have a challenging course and you're going for like the quality of the golf.
Yeah, budget friendly. I mean, you can go to Cascada and pay $500 to play, and it's a great golf course, but you're getting an equally great golf course here. It's just an hour northwest, and it's a whole lot cheaper. So if you don't mind driving, it's beautiful scenery.
It's a nice drive.
You get to pass the speedway.
You do. I enjoyed when we were driving back and the sun was setting and you could see the strips. I mean, you get some really pretty scenery just with the drive. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we weren't in a hurry to get back. I don't think we went to a show that night. We had to get back Paiute to Barry Manilow.
We had to get back so I could play the slots.
We had to get it. That's true.
Yes, Barry Manilow.
And a word to the wise: when you leave Paiute Golf Course and you stop, that is not a convenience store anymore. It's not a gas station. I went in to buy bottled water, and the only thing they sell are cannabis products. Being a high school coach, that probably wasn't the place I wanted to be in. So.
We're from Texas, not legal here in Texas. So legal. Just for those of you that may not know, it is there. It's everywhere. As always, remember, if you like this video, please remember to hit like and subscribe so that we can keep continuing to provide video content for couples that love to play golf and travel.
And be sure to come back next week as we start our extensive Myrtle Beach series, where we played over 100 golf courses throughout the years. I've been going out there since 1985. So we've got all kinds of videos on our Myrtle Beach series. We'll break it down the north, the central, and the southern courses and give you all the feedback for those of you wanting to go to the grandstand. And come back to our other series where we start out in Bandon Dunes and work our way to Cabo and to Scottsdale, Phoenix area and all over the Caribbean. So hopefully someday we'll see you out there.
Bye.